Are you in the market for a next generation flagship phone? Well, here are 5 reasons why I'm not sold on the next generation of flagship smartphones. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, my name is Tony and this is Talkin' Tech. This video might be a little controversial for some of you, as I know that you guys are kind of fans of the latest and greatest, and I understand. Bright and shiny is awesome, and this is not necessarily to disparage any manufacturer or anything like that, but I do want to cover the top 5 reasons why I'm not a huge fan or really excited about the next generation of smartphones. I'm going to start off with the first one. That's probably the easiest and maybe a little bit more the obvious one, and that's going to be the pricing. So as we're going to reference through this video, I'm going to reference the Samsung S20, as that's, unfortunately, fair or not, that is the first of the 865 smartphones out in this generation. And right now, the entry-level model starts at $1,000 for the Samsung S20, all the way up to $1,600 for the Samsung S20 Ultra. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's just a device in your hand, and it's going to lose like 50% of its value within the first 6 months because it's going to be outdated, quote unquote. And it's really a tough pill to swallow. And I don't understand how the average consumer really is looking to spend that much. I mean, we look at last year with the Samsung S10e, that started at $749. Now, I think that's a pretty good sweet spot. I mean, that's about what I was at right here with the OnePlus 7 Pro last year. And I'm guessing their prices are probably creeping up a little bit more too, probably $850, $900 range. I don't think I've seen a price for that. So if I'm wrong on that, feel free to correct me, but I'm pretty sure that these prices are slowly creeping up as they add more features, which I guess I understand, but man, it's a tough sell. And I really think that $750, $800 price point is about perfect. And to have the entry level at $1,000, I mean, I have to believe that's going to price out a lot of people, especially in this economy. The world is kind of in a weird place, and I feel like there's less people to buy high-end stuff like that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I hope people aren't overextending themselves just to get the latest and greatest phone so that they can look cool for other people. I don't know. It just, to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The next thing is kind of interesting and probably will be a little bit controversial as far as this goes, but I'm a little concerned about the size of the phones. I mean, you look at my OnePlus 7 Pro, and this is a 6.67-inch screen, and it's absolutely massive. And I just don't. I guess who's requesting these large phones? And the new S20 Ultra is 6.9 inches, and the base model starts at 6.2 inches. I guess where's the end here? Are we actually desiring these larger screens, or is it just manufacturers pushing them on? They're like, oh, this is what you want. I'm telling you, this is what you want, and just kind of forcing it on us. Personally, like if I need to do anything that's actually screen intensive, I mean, I have a 34-inch ultra wide here. I have 2 monitors at work. I have, laptops with 14, 15-inch screens. I guess I don't understand. I have tablets. There are other devices that do it. My phone, I guess, maybe I'm the exception to the rule here, but my phone isn't my end-all be-all, my only device. And I guess maybe I'm in a minority again, but it just seems to me like what's the end game here, and what's the benefit of a larger screen other than it just shows things bigger, I guess. I don't know. It just seems a little bit odd to me. The next thing is going to be innovation, or kind of the features. I haven't really seen anything that's come out that's been extraordinary. It's just kind of the same old. It's just a little bit better camera, a little bit better screen. Oh, cool, it's got a little bit higher refresh rate. I guess I didn't have an issue with my previous phones. I didn't say, oh, you know what, if the screen was better, I would enjoy my life more. It just doesn't really have anything. Yeah, it's just a bigger battery, but it's a way bigger phone, so it probably needs a bigger battery for the bigger screen and the better camera. So what are we really gaining here? I guess I would really like, some more efficiency out of the phone, something that can last 2-3 days, but still have high-end features. The OnePlus 7 Pro, when it came out, I can easily get a day and a half, 2 days out of it. Now it's, quite a bit less because it's a year-old phone. So I understand that the battery has degraded a little bit. And that kind of gets me to my next point, and that is going to be the performance. So the 865, or the Snapdragon 865 chip, is what is releasing in the Samsung S20 lineup. And it's a nice chip, don't get me wrong. It is about 20 to 25%, I think I've seen in the benchmarks. But again, that's a benchmark. When I hold my OnePlus 7 Pro or even my S10 Plus or even my 6T McLaren, I didn't really clamor for more performance. It's not really something that I needed. I'm not gaming on it. I'm not doing anything really intensive on it. I mean, I have a gaming PC if I really want to game, and I guess maybe I'm in the minority. You know, if you disagree with this, I don't see the huge benefit to paying that huge price tag on this. And again, going back to what I said before, if you spent a little bit more time on making the chip more efficient and maybe less concern of power, because it almost feels like it's reaching that limit like we've kind of hit with desktop computing, where yeah, it comes out with the new chip and whatever, but it's not a whole lot of performance boost. It's more about, you know, voltage and that kind of thing, and just making it more efficient. And I feel like if we went that way with smartphones, I think people will be a lot happier if you didn't have to be tethered to a charger and your device wasn't so big. Now, kind of expanding on the 865, this is going to be the last reason here. This is my fifth reason, and that is 5G, and this is kind of a twofold reason. First thing I'll cover, just based on the previous one with the 865. So Qualcomm, if you didn't know, is requiring manufacturers to ship their X55 5G modem with the 865 chipset, which I guess is fine because the X55 is an upgrade from the previous model that came out in the last generation of phones, because it does have an integrated 4G modem in there, so there's not two separate chips, which I'm sure helps efficiency. However, the big disadvantage that I was really looking forward to in this generation of phones was the integrated 5G modem. I don't know if you remember back when the first 4G modem started shipping with phones. I think it was like the HTC Lightning, and what I had was the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. I got maybe 7 hours of battery life on a brand new phone. It was absolutely horrendous. I had to carry around one of those bricks that fit on the back of the phone just to get a full day out of it. And I just feel like, you know, maybe it's not to that point right now, but it just seems like it's not a mature technology, which leads me into the final point of this 5G rant, I guess, if you will. It's not widespread yet, and even what it is, it's not the millimeter wave, and I know that is not a finished product yet, but it just seems like they're forcing it on us for really no reason. And honestly, I almost feel like they would be smarter if they didn't force the 5G chip out, because then it would force people to like upgrade their phones sooner, because anybody that buys this generation is kind of future-proof for a little bit anyway. But if you wait till, you know, maybe this fall, maybe the Note 10, or excuse me, not the Note 10, that already came out, but maybe the Note, I'm guessing probably Note 20 will maybe have the integrated chip. Who knows? So I feel like they could actually be hurting themselves with this, unless they're gonna, you know, say, oh, well, this is the next step. You know, they're always looking for the next reason to sell that next phone. All right, guys, I'm sure some of this was controversial to you, and if you have an opinion that differs from mine, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Just because, you know, sometimes I don't always see things the right way, or I'm just kind of stuck in my own channel. Now, one of the things that I do want to point out is the only phone that's really innovating, I kind of forgot to bring this up, was the Z Flip. That's the only thing that's really changing, and I guess the Razr at that point too. And I'm kind of curious to see how those change phones and what they're like to use. So yeah, I mean, leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and yeah, thank you guys. And if you really like this video, definitely hit that like button. If you love this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and try to hit that notification bell right next to it so you know when I post my next videos. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day.